All right, let's talk about two things we use every single second of every day, but probably don't think much about: Wi-Fi and mobile data. They both get you to the same place, the internet, but how they get you there, well, that's a story of two totally different journeys.
I mean, think about it. From the moment you wake up to the second you go to sleep, you're probably reaching for your phone to connect to the world. It's almost a reflex, right? Just this constant thread that runs through our lives.
And when it works, it's amazing. You hit play on a video, and bam, it just loads, instantly. Super crisp, super clear, no waiting around. It really does feel like magic. But then there are those other times. You know what I'm talking about. That dreaded spinning buffering wheel, or that message that just says you were offline, and it's always at the worst possible moment. So frustrating, right?
So it really all boils down to this one simple question. They both get you online, sure, but they are fundamentally different. So come on, let's pull back the curtain and really understand what's going on behind the scenes.
Okay, so the best way to get our heads around this is with a really simple analogy. Imagine we're all going to the same place, but we've got two completely different roads we can take to get there. So first things first, let's talk about our destination: the internet. It isn't really a cloud. It's much more like a giant, bustling city. And all that stuff, the videos, the websites, your friends' photos, it all lives in this massive digital metropolis, stored on servers somewhere far, far away.
And your phone? Well, it needs a road to get to that city and bring all that information back to you. And that's exactly what Wi-Fi and mobile data are. They're just the roads. The destination's the same, but the paths are totally different.
So let's start with the road you're probably on right now, the one you use at home or in a coffee shop. Let's talk about Wi-Fi. Okay, so think of Wi-Fi as your own personal private road. Now, this road doesn't go all the way to that big internet city. Nope. It just goes to that little blinking box in your home, your router. And that router, it's kind of like your own personal post office. So here's the key thing to get. When you're on Wi-Fi, your phone is not talking directly to the internet. Instead, it sends a request to the router. Then the router sends that request out over physical cables to the internet city. And finally, the information comes all the way back along that same exact path. It's a very local, two-step kind of connection. But this private road has one huge catch. It's short, like really short. It only exists in the area right around your router, in your house or your office. The second you walk down the street, poof, that connection is gone. The road just ends. So, what happens when that private road just disappears? Well, that's when you automatically switch over to the big public highway system. And that, my friends, is mobile data. So instead of one little box in your house, mobile data relies on this absolutely massive nationwide network of cell towers. I mean, these towers are everywhere, creating this huge highway system that your phone can tap into pretty much anywhere you go. And here's how this highway system works. Your phone is constantly sending out a little signal, kind of like it's shouting to the nearest cell tower. That tower then connects you to the internet. And here's the cool part. As you move, maybe you're driving in a car, your phone is quietly and seamlessly jumping from one tower to the next, keeping your connection stable. That's exactly why you can stream music on the go without it dropping.
Okay, so now we get how they work, right? Private road versus public highway. But this is where all the common misunderstandings start to creep in. So let's do some myth busting and tackle the biggest ones about speed and cost.
We've all heard this one, I'm sure. Wi-Fi is always faster. You get home, your phone instantly switches over because, well, duh, it's faster, right? Well, not always. See, the reality is a little more complicated than that. Your Wi-Fi, that private road, its speed is totally limited by the internet plan you pay for and how many other devices are creating a traffic jam on it. Meanwhile, the mobile data highway's speed depends on how good your signal is and how many other people are clogging up that specific cell tower. So yeah, sometimes a wide-open 5G highway is way faster than a crowded little private road.
Okay, here's another huge one. You connect to the Wi-Fi at a coffee shop or over at a friend's house, and it feels like you're getting free internet, doesn't it? But the truth is, the internet is never really free. Someone is always paying the bill for that connection. That coffee shop pays for its business plan. Your friend pays for their home internet. It only feels free to you because you're just a guest on their private road, a road they've already paid to have built. So private roads, public highways. Who cares, right? Why does any of this matter? Well, believe it or not, understanding this difference is actually the key to seeing where our entire digital world is headed.
Just think about it for a second. All these mind-blowing technologies that are just around the corner.
I'm talking self-driving cars, real-time smart cities, being able to work or learn from literally anywhere. All of it depends on having a fast, constant connection. For any of that to work, we need seamless access to both the private roads and the public highway.
And that's exactly where we're going. Both of these technologies are evolving like crazy. Wi-Fi is getting way smarter at managing all the traffic on your private road, and mobile data, with 5G and whatever comes next, is becoming this unbelievably fast public highway. Pretty soon, your phone is going to switch between them so smoothly, so seamlessly, that the connection will just work. You won't even notice.
But even when it feels completely invisible, now you'll know what's really happening under the hood. It's not magic. It's just your device being smart, intelligently choosing the best possible path in that exact moment. Two different roads, but they both lead to the same digital city.
So I'll leave you with this. The next time you're staring at that spinning circle of doom, you can ask a much smarter question. Is the problem with my private road, my Wi-Fi, or is there a major traffic jam on the public highway, the cell network? Because knowing the difference, well, that's the first step to really understanding this connected world we're all living in.